Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Gift yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G, a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. Pair it with the Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. Check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, like biking, swimming, golfing, and more. Invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up with Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products sold separately.
E-gift cards from Kroger are an easy complement to your holiday plans. From thanking a host to sending a sweet gift to a friend far away, e-gift cards are easy to send anywhere at any time. Now through December 7th, you'll earn 4 times the fuel points on e-gift cards exclusively online. Just visit giftcards.kroger.com/4x and then choose gift cards from hundreds of your favorite stores, restaurants, and brands. No coupon needed. Restrictions apply. Visit giftcards.kroger.com/4x to learn more.
The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC. Always love the clothes of Jimmy. British punk, yo, what I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity. We'll take you out to Jimmy Star.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. Let's see if we get our video going. There we go.
Yeah, but you can't see the Ron Russell. All you see is that big, fat Jimmy Star. Boy, oh boy.
What do you mean? You see Ron Russell right there in the
little
middle?
itty-bitty writing. Yours is like big.
Yeah, anyway. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We got a great show for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And also, the camera is off. Because you're half off, and that's too much amber. Put a little more white in there.
That's because when you touch this, it gets messed up. So what's up, everybody?
That's because we don't have it. We don't have an in-house engineer. That's good. Too blue.
How's that?
We're blue. We look like Martians.
Well,
now you knock the camera like that. Like good. Now get the camera straight.
Okay, there we go.
I hate this in-house stuff. I wish we could go back to studio.
All right, so we're back.
We're back. Here we are.
Something's not centered though, right?
What's not?
Oh, there
right?
we go. Okay, it's just behind us. Okay. All right, everybody. So we got a great show for you guys today. Going to be a lot of fun. We have Mike Mayhall and Sarah Fisher coming on, and then we have James Craigmile. You guys will have a good time with them. Before we get started, let's say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town who looks absolutely gorgeous today, Mr. Ron Russell.
I'm exhausted. We went hunting for a turkey like a pilgrim. You know, turkeys with $3 a pound. We needed a 23-pound turkey. That's crazy. So we shopped around. And since we're members of Costco, we went to Costco and we got a 22-pound turkey for 99 cents a pound. Now, that's reasonable.
And it's a butterball.
And that's how it used to be. Why did our lights go low?
They didn't go low.
Oh, I'm going blind. Oh, well, another thing to look forward to at my age.
I guess it's adjusting itself. I don't know.
Adjust this. Anyway, so the turkey has been floating in a big bucket, you know, in its wrapper, of course, and now it's in the refrigerator waiting to be cooked by my daughter, Leslie, who does a fabulous job on turkeys. She makes her turkeys look like fake turkeys, but they're delicious. So tomorrow is going to be a fun day because we have 2 super people coming to our house to share our Thanksgiving dinner. The fabulous designer, Sue Wong, and Ted. And how do you pronounce Ted's last name?
Siok, I think.
Soit? S-O-I-T?
S-I-O-K.
Soik. That's a strange name. We have to talk to him about that.
Siok.
He should have a better stage name than Soik. Tom Soik. Anyway, great guy, great actor. Ted.
It's Siok.
Siok
or something.
Siok. How do you spell it?
S-I-O-K.
S-I-O-K. How would you pronounce that, everybody?
Siok.
Soik. Whatever. Anyway, he's handsome, he's talented, and he's doing a lot of movies now, and his career is starting to take off, and we're so happy about that. So tomorrow is going to be a fun day. My daughter Deirdre and Leslie will be here, and it's a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you're all having a happy Thanksgiving too.
So let's say hi to our chat room. What's up, everybody in the chat room? We have artist Miss Kim. Hello and welcome back. We missed you. Hope everything is well. Happy Thanksgiving. Teresa Sabin, she's in Florida. We love you, Teresa. You're fabulous. B. Claudia just joined us. She's in Germany. Backpack John is here, and I don't know where Where do you live, Backpack John? I don't even know. I thought he lived in Australia, but I think he doesn't. I'm not sure where he lives.
Where does he live?
No, Backpack John doesn't live in Australia. That's Anton. Okay. Backpack John, where do you live? Anyway, hello, Backpack John, and welcome, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And it should be a lot of fun. Everything's going to be a lot of fun.
I hope the Macy's Day Parade tomorrow goes off okay without any problems. There have been some threats from some crazy people who are angry about the decision of that fella. What was his name? Whatever.
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah. I mean, why take it out on the Macy's Day Parade? Children love it. Don't cut your face. What is the expression? Don't spite. How's it go? Don't cut your face to spite your face. No, I forgot how it goes.
Don't cut something to spite your. Don't cut your wrist to spite your neck.
No. Don't cut. Anyway, don't be spiteful because those jerks that go there and disturb the parade. What they're really doing is making children sad. And if that's your intent, then you're just a criminal and an evil person, and you should explode. I'm not threatening. I just said you should explode from eating too much turkey.
I'm trying to find out what the saying is.
It's don't cut your nose to spite your face. That's it. Don't cut your nose to spite your face.
You're right. Don't cut your nose to spite your face.
Right. And don't go to the Macy's Day Parade and start trouble and ruin the parade because kids wait all year to see the big floats. And it's wonderful. I remember when I was a kid, my mother worked in Macy's around the holidays, and I was about 9 years old. And I was privileged because we were able to go up on the higher floors of the restaurant and see Santa Claus, of course, and the parade.
I love it.
It was wonderful.
Anyway, it's all good. So we're looking fun. You have a different colored watch on today. You should show everybody. Well, Dawn's not here yet, but she'll be here.
Well, the wristwatch is a
49.
49, and it's blue and yellow because in my shirt there are blue flowers and yellow leaves. So it really goes beautifully with my shirt. And I believe in matching your wristwatch to what you wear. It's an old thing that we did years ago. I would never wear a brown suit with a black wristwatch.
There you go.
I would wear a brown wristwatch band. But there are times, though, that I do love to wear black and brown together. If it's the right shade of brown, like camel brown and jet black together, stunning, sensational.
Oh, Dawn saw it, too. She just joined us. Hey, Dawn, happy Thanksgiving.
Dawn.
Welcome to the show.
Uh-huh.
You got to love
it. What can we talk about? So I'm tired. We have guests coming, so the food shopping was a joke because the stores are like crazy. Nothing was on the shelves in one store, so we had to go to a different store to get what wasn't on the other store's shelf.
We had to go to like 4 stores to get everything.
That's all we did all last night. And then, of course, it's preparing and straightening out the house. You always clean your house better before company comes, when it's just you and Jimmy and I, screw it. Clean it today, tomorrow it looks like shit again. So why bother cleaning it crazy? But when you have company coming, you do that thorough cleaning where you move furniture around and vacuum underneath things.
Vacuum underneath instead of around it.
You just don't scoot around it with the vacuum cleaner and hope that dust balls don't roll out. But anyway, I'm tired. Everybody's tired. The holidays are exhausting, but it's a pleasant.
We haven't even started
yet. But it's a pleasant exhaustion. It's not an exhaustion from stress or from bad things. It's a happy exhaustion because you're decorating a Christmas tree and you're making your home into a holiday, and it's beautiful.
So here, before we bring on our first guest, we want to tell everybody, first of all, thanks everybody for tuning in every week. We so appreciate it. You can listen to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell and watch it on these different platforms: iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, Amazon Prime, and SoundCloud. There's about another 150 of them, but but we don't name all of those because these are the major ones.
You would think with all of these outlets, I could make some money and get paid. Wouldn't that be nice? Folks, I'm working on this show 10, 11 years, and I've never gotten a nickel. He's never paid me one penny. I mean, that's kind of like, it's called slavery, right?
Well, you're my husband. You're supposed to do that.
Just because so you married me so I would work on your show for free.
Yeah.
Boy, that's romantic.
Say hi to everybody in the chat room, and then we're going to bring on our guests.
Hi, everybody in the chat room. It's me, Cranky Ron, but not really. I just tell it like it is, and some people think I'm cranky or I rant. I don't rant. I just say what I say loudly.
Yeah.
Well, when you're from New York and Brooklyn, we speak loudly. You know, I'm in the car with Jimmy, and Jimmy's from Florida, so he's got that Floridian accent, orange, you know, and however they speak down southern stuff. And he whispers, and he doesn't realize he speaks. Jimmy's like this. He'll say, and now we're going to go down the road to the place over there to see what we're going to do. I get crazy. I say, please enunciate, speak loudly. Also, my theater background trained me to project when I speak. So people think I'm ranting. I'm not ranting. I'm simply vocalizing. Is that the right word? Vocalizing?
Verbalizing, maybe.
Vocalizing.
Either way, let's bring on our first guest. All right, everybody. Now we're going to bring on our first guest. Let's see if we can see them and hear them, and then we'll make an actual introduction. Hello, hello. How you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
Oh, wow.
Very good. Sarah, you have to undo your mic so we can hear you. See the little mic thing there? There you go. Now say something so we can see if we can hear you.
Hi.
Oh, what a beautiful voice. All right, everybody. So now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with...
Now, wait, are you two an item?
We are.
Got to introduce him first.
Yeah.
Well, you make a beautiful car. He's really handsome. How'd you grab him? We have to find out later.
We'll find out. Let me introduce him first. All right, you guys. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, two super talents, Emmy nominee Mike Mayhall, actress, producer, stunt person. Also, actress, producer, stunt person Sarah Fisher. Oh, and Mike's also a director. So, hello, Sarah Fisher and Mike Mayhall. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having us.
Gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So everybody knows Mike actually was on our show back in 2015, and he was accomplished then, and now he's like super accomplished because I don't think he had an Emmy nominee then.
No, but that's because he was on our show, and suddenly his career just exploded, and he's an Emmy nominee now, and it's all due to me. And I promote him. So you think he'd even thank me, the son of a bitch? He didn't even say thank you, Ron, for making me a superstar. That's called gratitude. You know what? If I were you, I would dump him.
I tried. It's hard.
Oh no, he's not a grateful man. He has no, he has just no feelings.
So hang on. So Sarah, you've never met Ron, but
No.
Mike has. So this is Ron Russell, my outrageous host, and he's my husband also. So say hi to Ron.
Hi, Ron.
Hi,
I'm actually in New York right now.
my city.
Your city.
Even though we're in California, but
No, Palm Springs, unfortunately. But I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Brooklynite, and I miss my New York terribly. But I understand it's not quite the same anymore. It's lost its attitude or something.
I don't think so.
I hope not.
There's still definite attitude still, so don't worry.
I hope so.
So tell us, what are you doing in New York?
So I'm walking the Macy's Day Parade.
That's what I thought.
I've opened it back up to performers. I'm going to be stilt walking.
Oh, good for
wow.
you.
See, I spoke about this before we went on the air.
Saying we hope it goes.
And I
through.
said, there's been some threats from the crazy people. These morons that are out there trying to destroy everything that's happy and wonderful. And I just hope and pray to God that there's no disturbance on the parade tomorrow, because that parade is for kids. I remember when I was a little kid, I couldn't wait to see those floats. It's a wonderful parade, and it's traditional. And I think that New York City, the mayor or the governor, I hear they stink, the both of them, but they should, muster up the cops. There's plenty of cops in New York.
Oh, there's. I mean, this will be my 8th time doing the parade, and they're
Yeah, but they're all pissed off now because of the verdict of that boy that got off, and now they're taking it out. Look what they did in Wisconsin. They went into Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom's, and they
that
broke.
was in California. That has nothing to do
San
with
Francisco, right? They broke in and they started looting and robbing everything. And then their excuse was, "Well, we were angry over the decision." And I thought to myself, "What the hell has that got to do with it? You're angry over the decision. Why are you robbing pocketbooks out of Nordstrom's?" do you figure that one out yet?
No.
Not at all.
So I'm going to send you prayers and safety,
Well,
Sarah.
And we
Tomorrow.
can't wait to see you. So you'll be on TV because we always watch it every year. So we'll look for you.
So it depends. It depends if there's a singer or if there's a new float or anything that's in front of us, because then they'll always
show the float.
Film the float and then cut to commercial. So
is it cold? Is it cold there right now?
It's about last night it was about 37 degrees.
Cold. That's cold. It's cold.
Yeah, that's cold. Where are you guys?
Wait, the daytime is 47, 45. That's nice.
So it'll be about 45 during the day when the parade actually starts around 9. But that's still cold.
How did you? Okay, first of all, where do the two of you guys live?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, right outside of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay, right side of New Orleans. Okay, so yeah,
I go there a lot.
So it's a little warmer there though than New York. So, how did you become a stilt walker?
Back in the day when I used to live in Orlando, I worked for Universal Studios, and I was probably about 20, 21. And
you're not 21 now?
You still look 21.
That's what I was going to say. What, you aged?
No, I'm not.
You look good. You look good. I would have taken you for about 23, 25.
I'll take it.
No, I'm serious. The old man you're with, I think, is about he's about 49, 50, 57 maybe.
Yeah, right.
He looks older, but he's about 80. No, kidding around. Look at the teeth he's got. Are those teeth really his, or do they come out at night? He's got gorgeous teeth. He's really a handsome son of a bitch. I got to tell you, you really trapped a good one.
Oh, wait a second. I don't know if we told you guys to say hi to the chat room. So just both of you say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hey, everybody. I see all the chats happening.
Yeah, it's filling up now.
Now, Sarah, just between you and I, nobody else will know about it. We'll just talk you and I. How did you get him? Did you see him and find him and hook him, or did he hook you? How did it happen?
You know what? We've known each other since 2000.
Oh, wow, a long time.
Yeah, and it was just one of those where because he's so attractive, he was always someone.
Well, you're not exactly.
You're gorgeous.
You're not chopped liver either. So
beautiful young lady.
I just kept missing opportunities, and then finally in 2017, because of the glorious world of social media, we saw each other's names and reconnected and said hi. And I happened to be visiting New Orleans, a friend of mine, and then we said hi, and then haven't said goodbye. So,
was it a male friend, and then you dumped him for this one?
No, it was a friend of mine that we used to work at Universal together, and she, for the past 3 years, was like, "You need to come to New Orleans," and I was like, "I will," and then. Finally, I got a bug up my butt and started traveling, and New Orleans was on my list. And
it's a great place actually for the film industry. There's so much stuff going on.
I drive cross country quite a lot because of our dogs. We don't fly our dogs, in an airplane. So when we go back east for a long time, we bring our dogs, and we stop in New Orleans all the time. And I just enjoy that city so much.
So let me go to Mike real quick. So Mike is an actor, director, producer, stuntman, Emmy nominee, which I want to ask because you both are stunt people. So we're going to go to that in a minute, but I'm going to do a little bragging. And I only wrote some of the stuff down because there's so much stuff that you've been a stunt person in that it's like too much, but I picked out the ones I like a lot. And so you guys, he's the stuntman in Bill and Ted's Face the Music, Deepwater Horizon, Geostorm, Queen and Slim, G.I. Joe Retaliation, Beautiful Creatures, which I love that movie, Olympus Has Fallen, Looper, Green Lantern, Hoot, which they filmed in Florida, right?
Down in South Florida.
Yeah, because a bunch of the cast came shopping in my clothing store I used to have. Employee of the Month, The Mechanic with Jason Statham. Season of the Witch and Red. Those are just some of the ones. He's got a zillion more, you guys.
Yeah.
And I just picked ones because those are like big ones.
It sounds really depressing when you say it. It sounds very depressing.
I'm the greatest fan of Jason. So please tell me, what is he like as a person?
On The Mechanic. You know what? I was working what we call second unit on.
Oh, so you weren't in his scenes.
So I weren't. We were all like bad guys that were getting shot and driving around around him. I can tell you this: he's hardcore. So I got the stunt coordinator and whose name escapes me was telling me about how he loves to do all of his own stunts, and he's just basically a badass. Just totally, yeah, super.
Well, that's why I like him.
Ron loves seeing him beat everybody up.
I mean, if I could beat people up like that, we'd have a very good world. We'd have a beautiful world. I would just run around beating up all the bad people like Jason does. He's a fine actor. Now, let me talk to you about acting. Just because you're good looking, you think you can get in movies? I mean, are you talented or what?
I don't know. I'm working on it. Trying to.
I mean, how did you get the Emmy? Who'd you pay?
A lot of people. I paid a lot of people.
Seriously, what's your Emmy nominated for?
So it's for a TV show called Bronx SIU, which we filmed up in New York.
Up in the Bronx.
All around the area. And it's a cop drama, but it's really dark, very gritty, focuses on character and the development, less the cases and more the people. And I don't know, I guess people liked it. And
you play a cop?
No, I wrote and directed that.
Oh, I see. Every time they cast me as a mafia guy because of my Brooklyn accent and my Italian face, or a priest. Why a priest or a mafia? Talk about opposite ends.
You ever get cast as a mafia priest?
No, I think that's a good script though. So what characters are you? You're not put in the box yet, are you? On the kind of characters you do?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
In other words, they put you in a box, a file box. No, you get this guy because he plays this.
Yeah, so I get a lot of auditions for cops, tons of cops, and usually the bad cop, the dirty cop, or the racist cop. But what I'm playing now on a TV show called A House Divided, I get to play kind of a mafia hitman. He's just this really bad, scummy guy, and I love playing the bad guy. I just love playing the bad guy.
Yeah, well, for me, it's easy because, when I turn on my Brooklyn accent, they love it. Like I said over there, get over there. Because if you don't get over there now, I'm going to put a fucking bullet right in your goddamn head, you stupid jerk. Get over there. And they love that.
Yeah, I can hear it 100%.
That's Brooklyn antiques. That's why they hire me. That's Brooklynese of the 1940s. And nobody's alive yet to do that except me.
Hang on. So let's go back to that. So how did you actually get into being like, because like I know a lot of stunt people. Do you know Alessandro Fulcido? He lives in Atlanta, but he's in everything that they make in Atlanta. I thought maybe you might know him because he's in Red Notice. He's in everything. Everything's shot in Atlanta, kind of like you're in everything in New Orleans. He's in everything in Atlanta. Anyway, how did you actually get into being like a stunt person?
It wasn't really a straight path. I went to school, studied theater, and a guy showed up and wanted to teach stage combat and sword fighting way back when, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. I wanted to learn how to sword fight. It's like they handed me swords. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And from there, it was just sort of like one little job led to the next. Because I always thought, I would do acting. I wanted to be, an action actor, like Jason Statham. That's what I wanted to be.
Yeah, but you're better looking than him.
Thank you. But
God, that is such a fucking big compliment because he loves Jason Statham. We have this thing. If you were ever gonna cheat, who's your one Hollywood pick? And that's his pick. He was like, if he could go with Jason Statham because he thinks he's so cute. So for him to say that you're cuter is a huge compliment.
That's such faggy talk. They're not interested in that fag talk. We do that among each other.
So you wanted to be
right?
So you wanted to be so you learned how to sword fight. How did that actually turn into starting to do stunts?
So I drove down to Orlando, Florida because I had some friends living there and working in the theme parks, and they had all these stunt shows. And I got into the stunt shows out there, and I just learned all sorts of other things. And then I came out to New Orleans because that's where the movies were. and just found a niche doing stunts. I met a stunt coordinator, and I said, I'm really interested. I have no idea what it takes to be a stuntman in the movies. I said, but here's what I do in live shows. And he gave me an opportunity, and then that opportunity led to a next one. And the next thing you know, I'm hustling and I'm working as a full-time actor stunt guy. So in the stunt world, my niche is as they see me as an actor who can do their own stunts. And then the local casting directors see me as a stunt guy that can act. It's a weird sort of place.
No, they like to save money, is what it is.
Yeah.
They get you to go out and break your neck, so they don't have to hire somebody.
So let's go.
Wait, hang on 1 minute, Jim. I understand stunt people make a lot of money. The union pays them a better scale than as an actor. Is that true?
Not
true.
It's a small difference.
Because we knew Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds was a good buddy of mine. And I remember Burt saying once that he got paid according to the stunt. If it was a really dangerous, risky stunt, they paid him more than if it was a slip and fall. And he had so many broken bones in his body from stunts over the years. Did you ever have any broken bones?
Knock on wood, no broken bones.
Good for you. Good for you.
Lots of bumps, lots of bruises, lots of headaches, but no broken bones.
Good. Back to Sarah.
So go to Sarah.
I want to go to Sarah.
No, I want to go to Sarah because she's also a stunt person. Now, were you a stunt person before you met Mike, or did he kind of like get you into being a stunt person? First of all, what's the correct term? Is it stunt person, stunt man, stunt woman?
Stunt woman.
Stunt man, stunt woman. Okay, so she's a stunt woman also, as well as an actress. So how did you decide I'm going to be like a stunt woman?
So I guess long story short, when I saw this stilt walker walking, I was like, I'm going to do that. And then I did. I taught myself how to stilt walk, and then I ended up with the assistance of some friends. And then I went to an audition, and then I ended up becoming a stilt walker. And then when I met Mike, he was doing stunts and he was performing and acting and everything. And I just went to him and I said, I want to do this. I'm going to teach myself, or I'm going to learn it. And so when I had the opportunity, I had amazing stunt coordinators to assist to make sure that I did everything safely, but it was a learning experience. But the mentality is that I'm going to do it. I know enough safety of my body to know what I can and can't do. So that allowed me to perform this stunt. And then from that point on, it's now just seeing what is available for me to keep learning and then go from there.
That's extra money. Now, what are you Chinese?
Korean.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Because tomorrow, Thanksgiving, we have a Chinese lady who's our guest, and her name is Su Wang. And Su Wang is the leading designer. I don't know if you know who she is.
She was a big fashion designer.
But she's a fabulous, incredible lady. And I'm all on Facebook defending Chinese people, telling the world or the stupid Americans that do not hurt or harm Asian people, because the virus they did not do here. And I don't like what's going on. And my friend, she's a little weary sometimes going places because crazy people think that she's responsible for the
stunt woman.
For the
she
flu.
Can protect herself.
Yeah, so I just thought
and she's got Mike.
No, but I thought I would say that because I like to get that in every chance I can. You don't know who Su Wang is? She's a fashion designer. Fabulous.
I do actually know who she is.
And she's fabulous.
It's hard for the Asian community if you have the heritage, the accent. No one really pays much mind. Born and raised in America, so I don't really have too much of a worry. But I do know friends who are first, second, third, fourth generation whose families have been targeted and things like that.
Harassed. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
California, Los Angeles has a tremendous population of Asian people. Mm-hmm. Tremendous. And
it was really bad for a while.
Yeah. I mean, so I just wanted to get that out there because these morons are listening to know that
people who listen to our show aren't morons.
Oh yes, there's a lot of morons. No, during the second
Look
world.
At Mike smiling.
No, during the Second World War, my father, the detective, because we're Italian, and my father was investigated by the FBI because he was an Italian immigrant. during the Second World War. And our neighbor next door, he was German, and they did the same thing to him.
It's a continuous. I mean, I just watched Come From Away, which is an amazing Broadway show, so good. But if everybody remembers 9/11, the Muslim community, the Middle Eastern community, they did not
Very well.
any respect.
Yes.
The imagination.
It's terrible
It's
how
terrible.
people create this nonsense and they get to believe it. But I'm a great admirer of Asian people because of my dear friendship with Sue Wong for such a long time. I've learned so much from her. She's an extremely intelligent woman. I mean, when she speaks, everyone listens. And now Asian people in our country are finally coming into their own. For a very long time, they were backdoor, like gay people, like us. We're still invisible. Gay people are still invisible. But Asian people and other people that were neglected are now being given the rights that they should have a long time
Opportunity,
ago.
I think, is a
And
better
I'm
word.
happy about that because the Asian friends that we have, they treat, I mean, I'm old, I'm 81 years old, and I cannot tell you how they treat me with the utmost respect. And my comfort is all they care about. I mean, they're wonderful people, caring, loving people. So there you go.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying it like, the old expression, I have some Jewish friends, that old line.
Look at Mike's face. So
yes, I have some Jewish friends. Years ago, they used to say that.
I want to go back to this. So let's go back. Okay, so she's a stunt woman. He's a stunt man. Have you guys ever done stunts together? I know
I'm sure they've done acrobatics
Well,
together.
I know that you have a movie. You have a movie, Christmas for Sale, and it's Mike directed it, and you're in it. So, like, did you guys do stunts together at all?
That didn't require any.
She was amazing in the movie, though. You should check it out because she's hilarious.
When's it coming out? It says it's in post production, so it doesn't tell us when it's coming out on IMDb.
December 23rd, I believe.
Oh, congratulations! That's awesome.
And we any people that we like, we watch their movies.
Yeah, we always watch their movies. So wait, Mike, were you a director back in 2015 also?
Yeah, the first movie I directed was called Jake's Road, and I think that's what led
Why
me.
you came on,
Why we
probably.
came on. Yeah, and then you
Because I remember that.
The Jimmy started.
Sarah, can I ask a favor of you? Would you
Sure.
raise your left hand to the camera? No engagement ring? Yeah, I think you and I need to have a lunch. And we
Love
need
to have lunch with you.
and we need to talk. How long are you with this guy now?
3 years, 4 years. They've known for 21.
4 years and no ring on the finger? Oh, no. I'm an Italian dad. Let me teach you something. You give these jerks a year, maybe 2 years. After 2 years, if there's no ring, it's bye-bye, baby. Because they waste your time. You're growing older. Then when you're 50, nobody wants you, and he don't want you anymore because he wants a 20-year-old, and you get screwed. So get the rock before the cock.
How quickly the shine fades. All right.
No, I'm not. I like Sarah. I've taken her under my wing now. Like I said, get the rock before the cock, and you're okay. Now, seriously, you up there, handsome one, are you going to marry this beautiful girl or what? You're in love?
I am in love.
So then you should marry her.
She's shaking her head.
Huh?
You want to feel this one?
Of course she wants to marry you. She loves you because when we talk about you, she lights up like a bulb. Look at her smile.
Ron loves putting everybody on the
I
spot
believe
too.
no, I am such a firm believer in marriage. I feel relationships without marriage just don't have, something. I married Jimmy. I told Jimmy we were going out for a year. I said, if we don't get married,
He said, "I'm not a backstreet boy.
I'm not a
guy."
I'm not. I'm such a believer of marriage because it does make the relationship so much nicer and safer. And it's such a pleasure to refer to that person you're with as my husband or my wife.
Sarah, I want you to know, first of all, that the chat room loves you. Everybody in the chat room is
She's
talking
lovely.
about how gorgeous you are and
She's
how
a
beautiful you are.
Yes. And I think she should have at least a 2 carat.
So we also welcomed a bunch of people. As we want to welcome, I don't know how you pronounce it, Mouna. Mona showed up. So Dave from Stars Now UK showed up. everybody joining us. Thanks for joining us. We're having a good time talking to Mike Mayhall and Sarah Fisher. And Sarah's got a couple movies that I think they said they were in post-production, but with some really big people. Like you got a couple of really big movies that you're participating in.
National Champions. That's everybody. Like
I wrote it down. I wrote some of them because I actually J.K. Simmons I tried to get in a movie. I got turned down. Unbelievable. I was crushed. But J.K. Simmons, Kristen Chenoweth, Alexander Ludwig, who I love, Timothy Oliphant, Uzo Aduba, French Montana. There's a whole bunch more. I wrote those people down. And then you have another one called We Have a Ghost with David Harbour, Anthony Mackie, Steve Coulter. And the reason I mention him is because he's been on our show. Jennifer Coolidge, who I think is one of the funniest ladies like on the planet. And so I think it's really cool. And those are like kind of like the kind of movies that put you up in the Mike Mayhall category because those are big movies, you know.
That's me.
I want to ask Good Looking a question. Hey, Good Looking, how difficult is it to get funding for a movie?
It's extremely difficult.
I know that.
See, they don't know which one to answer because they're both good looking.
No. She's beautiful. He's good looking.
Oh, okay.
I'm a sexist. You
he's
know,
bearable.
He's handsome. She's beautiful.
I'm tolerable.
He's handsome. She's beautiful. We're not allowed to use those terms anymore. I understand, but fuck them. But anyway, I have a movie that I wrote and I'm trying to get funded. Very difficult. How do you go about getting funding?
If I had the answer to that, I would be making more movies.
Yeah.
And I would too.
To be honest, you know, we have a slate of scripts that we have producers that are looking at it, but it's just hard to get them to bite. You know.
Did you find it harder? Did you find that it's been harder since the whole like COVID thing going on? Because I find it to be a lot harder.
I can't decide if it's harder. I would just say that people are having to come up with extra money to budget in COVID safety protocols that they normally wouldn't have to do. Let's just say if you want to do a micro budget film for $150,000, a small one location piece, then you got to add 15, 20, 25% on top of that just for COVID. And that's a lot of money to just come up and basically put up your nose and it just goes away.
Especially when it's like a $200,000 movie, then you need $200,000 to do it. And
the thing that we find with the investors,
$2 million movie, not a $200,000.
The investors are afraid of because of COVID of being shut down. Mm-hmm. If they are shut down, they lose their investment.
Right. So
that's another problem that we have because Jimmy's producing 2 right now. I sleep with the producer. That's how come I'm in all his movies. So, Sarah, you sleep with him, so you should be in all his movies too. We have to have lunch there. I got to teach you. I really have to wisen you up.
Come on down to the city, Ron.
Totally knows what's going on.
I would be in New York if I could wiggle my nose like Samantha used to on Bewitched. I would be in New York right now. I miss New York at Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's wonderful there.
Yeah, there is something about just
it's magic. It's a magic city. It really is.
So go to Mike then. So Mike, because
you have the most beautiful smile, Sarah. When you smile, your whole face smiles. That's nice. I have an ugly smile. He's got a gorgeous smile.
So let's go to Mike though, real quick. So Mike, because I know you've done a lot of stunt work, but you also just get in productions and stuff because you're an actor. You've done a bunch of things where you're not the stunt person and you're the actor. Like, how is that work in your head? How is that different for you? And do you enjoy that more?
I think I enjoy it. I enjoyed it a little bit more because it was my first love. I was starting on stage and stuff. So yeah, I do it, and it's always nice to just show up and say lines and get into a character and not have to eat concrete or set on fire. Can't tell you how relaxing it is to just say lines.
Into a wall.
What are some of the really difficult stunts? Like you've been lit on fire before?
Yeah, not a full burn, but a partial burn. It went down one side of my arm, down my back to my leg. That was on Deepwater Horizon. There's a lot of fire on that.
Yeah, a lot of fire.
Do they compensate you for that?
Yeah, you get a little what we call an adjustment, just depending on the severity of the stunt.
Wasn't Deepwater Horizon? Wasn't that like a Mark Wahlberg film? I think.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg? Yeah, that had a huge cast. That's like one out on the oil rig, right? And the oil rig it
burns
up
massive
in the ocean.
Experience. Yeah, it was about the Deepwater rig out here in the Gulf of Mexico that just, polluted our oceans for forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done a lot of car wrecks?
No, I'm not really a car guy. I tried to get into it and just realized it just really wasn't my forte. So I stuck with what we call ground pounding, which is, you get the hard hit, action acting, and fights and sword work. Sort of my
So how big actually are you?
I have a stunt story. A movie I did a couple of months ago. It's a big friggin' rat, and they built this enormous rat. It's the size of a Volkswagen. And the rat was supposed to flip me up in the air, bite my leg off, and then CGI was going to make me without a leg, throw me against the wall, and then devour me. Well, we're ready to shoot it, and somebody from Lionsgate came running in, and they said, "I just found out your age." I said, "So what the frig does that mean?" He said, "You can't do this stunt." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "No, we can't. We're not insured. If you break a hip or something, you could sue us." Blah, 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 blah. So I lost out on that scene. They made me go down the basement, and the rat comes up with my arm, and you identify it with the wristwatch. I was so pissed off because I wanted to see myself on film being eaten by a rat. I was looking for it. Wouldn't you? It's a fun thing. And I was so looking forward to it. So, yeah. This production couldn't afford a stunt person, so they put me in the fruity cellar. All right.
What about you, Sarah? What have you had? I mean, you haven't done as many stunts as he has. What's like some of the harder stunts you had to do?
I actually, because I recently just started, was the hand pull into a tree. And you don't realize though the impact.
What was it?
I mean, like you had your hand in the hole and they pull you in.
So you're strapped in with a harness.
And
there's the ratchet pull or there's a hand pull. The ratchet pull is basically machine, and then the hand pull is by just pure body weight.
And they pull you into a tree?
And they kind of Mike can explain it a little better.
I would tell you what it is it's so Sarah is strapped into a harness, and there's a line that runs about 6 to 7 feet to a tree, and the pick point where that line is out of camera view, and then that line runs to the stunt coordinator on the other end holding a rope, and on action he jumps off a small platform and pulls that rope and then yanks Sarah through the air into the tree, and it was awesome. She took it like
so when you hit the tree you die?
You fall down.
So the story is because it was demigod. This entity comes and slaps the actor into a tree.
Wow. And
so I was doubling the actress, and so that was the illusion, is that I was getting slapped.
Sure, got it. Yeah. I would love that.
They say you look so delicate on screen. You look so delicate that they think that's cool that you can do that kind of stuff.
I love all those little tricks. I'm fascinated by that stuff. CGI takes away from so much of the things that we used to do years ago. Years ago it was more fun on a set. Now you're on a green screen. You don't even know what the hell you're doing. Really, I mean, half of the time you're on a green screen. You say, "Where am I? What's the back? What is it?" It's not like years ago where it was. The set was built for you. Now it's all fake.
So, Mike, if you were going to be a superhero, you haven't played a superhero yet, right? Or have you done any stunts as a superhero? What superhero do you think would be cool to be?
Yeah, he looks like a superhero.
Yeah, he looked like you could be. You look like the Flash to me. Like I think you would have made a good Flash. Yeah,
I would like to be the Flash. I mean, if I was bigger, I'd like to be Superman because he was the first superhero I remember seeing on the big screen, and I thought, oh, I could fly. Maybe that's why I got into stunts.
How big actually are you? Like, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10", about 165, 170 pounds.
Oh, so you're like ripped. Okay.
Yeah,
you guys work out a lot? Do you guys both work out a lot?
Yep, we try to stay active.
We try to stay active. I think now is our downtime because Mike worked on We Have a Ghost as well. And so now is like our downtime, but it's the holidays. So
now it's going to be
January.
Actually, you got to work out more because you're going to eat more than you would normally eat. Right. So you have to actually keep it going so you can stay in shape.
I want to ask another question. I'm going back to work, I think, in 2 weeks. I have not worked yet on a COVID set, and I hear stories of nightmares stuff. Is it really that horrible working on a COVID preventive set?
We've been working on COVID. We filmed in 2020 in August in LA. We shot a whole TV series during the middle of it.
And I think that one was actually one of the first.
We were one of the first productions to
actually figure out, because even back then SAG didn't even know what they were doing.
It was so bizarre. I remember having a conversation with SAG, and they were saying, okay, so we gave them all of our COVID protocols, and they said, okay, great. So at some point in time, SAG was very big on, you can't let anybody come to your set who's not approved. And I said, fantastic. And then they said, okay, at some point in time, we're just going to pop in to just see how you're doing. And I was like, you can't come to our set unannounced. You have to give us 3 days worth of notice because we have to COVID test you. And that didn't even cross their minds that they just can't show up unannounced anymore.
Well, I heard they tape a box and you have to stand in the box. You're not allowed to get out of the taped on the floor box. You have to wear a mask, and the minute you do your lines, you take the mask off and then you put the mask back. I mean, how the hell are you going to work with doing? It's confusing.
For me, and I can't speak for Sarah, but sort of after the first day, it just feels like habit, and you're not even paying attention anymore. Mask on, mask off.
So you think when I go to work in 2 weeks, I'm going to be in for a big shock, right?
I don't think so.
He's not.
It's a SAG movie, and SAG, you know what they're all about.
Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to go in, you're going to check in at the desk, they're going to see your name, you're going to scan a QR code that says you don't have any symptoms. From there, because you're an actor, they'll give you a pre-approved mask that they want you to wear on set. The base camp PA will take you to your trailer. They'll take you to wardrobe. They'll take you to makeup. Then they'll take you to set. From set, they'll put you in holding. They'll ask that you keep your mask on. When they bring you to set through either rehearsal or whatever the case may be, the first AD will actually let you know when you can and can't take your mask off, if they require it, if they want to, shoot the rehearsal or not. And then you will have PAs near you that will have essentially a bag that is for you, that you put your mask in. And then when so if you say you have a wardrobe piece that doesn't have pockets or something, you'll put your mask in there. And then when they put you back into holding, they'll give you the bag back. You take your mask out and then you go.
I think that's
be easy.
No, it's not. Are you out of your mind?
They will be there holding your hand through it all. So you don't have to remember what to do.
Wait a minute. I'm a doctor, and I'm playing opposite Sadie Katz. Now, if it's a 2-shot, we're both without masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is that a 2 shots shot separately, or is it 1 shot of 2?
No, there's a little bubble that sort of forms around all the actors, and everyone around them keeps distance and then wears a mask. And so when the cameras go up on shoulders or wherever they're gonna be, they say masks off, action, cut, masks go back on.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky for me.
It'll be fine. Let's switch the subject.
I'm a little slow now because I'm 81 and a half, as my doctor, that bastard.
Doctor brought that up to him the other day.
Yeah, he said, I said, I'm not running around like I used to. What's wrong with me? He said, well, you are 81 and a half. I said, you had to do the half? I mean, 81's bad enough.
So let's go. Let's do some hypotheticals with you guys, because you both, Sarah, Mike's really well established. Sarah's
I really like you two a lot.
Up and comer. Sarah's a huge up and comer.
I'm going to vote for you on the Emmy
next time. He has to have another one. He has to have another thing to vote for, because that one's already over.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Make believe I voted for you.
So let's do a hypothetical. Both of you guys will answer the question, but we'll let Sarah go first. But Michael, that way Mike gets to prepare for it a little bit, because Sarah seems sharper on the draw. No, I'm just joking. No. Okay, so if you could work with any male and female actor and actress that you've never worked with before, who would you like to work with? Number one. And the second half of the question is, if you could have ever been in any movie that's ever been made in history, what movie would you like to have been a character in? And we're going to let Sarah go first, and we'll let Mike think about it a little bit.
Well, my 2 favorite actors ever are Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts.
Oh, Julia Roberts. Yes, I agree 100%. First time anybody's ever said Julia Roberts. I fucking love her since Mystic Pizza, and Pretty Woman I've seen 6,000 times.
Pretty Woman is my favorite movie.
Me too. Oh my God, we should get married.
I would have loved it. Actually, I would have loved to have been Kit in Pretty Woman.
Oh my God, what a great role too.
Because she was, spunky. She, but at the same time, she was vulnerable, and and I just loved her character.
And I love her at the end of it, and when she's talking to the new girl who's going to be the roommate, and saying, I'm going to have to charge you a little more because I'm not going to be here as much because I'm going to go to school or whatever she's doing. Like, oh my God, I love your answers. I don't know about Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks doesn't do much for me, but that's okay. But Julia Roberts is like the end all be all. I understand
Tom Hanks is very nice.
Oh yes,
a lot of people that I know that have dealt with him said that he's a very nice guy.
I love it. All right, so now we're gonna go. Now we're going to you,
you're
Mike.
Not agreeing, so maybe you have another opinion.
Mike, it's your turn.
I don't know if I could just answer that. Just one male, female. I would say I really like. I'll probably butcher her name. Charlize Theron. Did I say that right?
Yeah, me too. That's my second. She's my number 2.
Me too. I'd love to work with Charlize.
She's
gorgeous, gorgeous woman.
And I think this is a little more of the director in me would love to work with Clint Eastwood. And I think partly because I watched a lot of his spaghetti westerns with my father, and I just love how he directs the movies he directs. I really like them. I would just love to just watch him work,
absolutely.
He's easygoing.
He seems like it. He seems like
I love Clint Eastwood.
He's a really nice guy in person.
And what movie would you like to be in?
Can I pick 2?
Okay, go ahead. You can pick 2. Okay,
and they're probably for obvious reasons. I mean, The Princess Bride. I would love to be the Man in Black, or if you're a fan of The Princess Bride or not. And then I'm a big geek, so the Lord of the Rings movies. I would love to have been in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh yeah, see, that's cool.
No, those are good choices.
If I was going to do the geek thing, I would be Harry Potter, like in Harry. I would like to be in a Harry Potter movie because I love the Harry Potter movies. I've seen all of them like 50 times.
Yeah. And if I were 50 years younger, I would want to be Flash Gordon. I would love to play Flash Gordon, be that superhero.
Universe.
He likes the Buster Crab,
the original,
from the 40s, like Flash Gordon, 30s and 40s. Yeah, he likes. Because he was born in 1940. And
I grew up loving Flash Gordon. He was our hero of the day. Before Superman. Superman wasn't famous yet. But Flash Gordon, oh my God. When we were kids, I used to be Flash Gordon. If not, I beat everybody up. If somebody said, no, I'm going to be Flash Gordon, I'd punch them. I said, you can't be. I'm Flash Gordon. So that's how strongly I feel. Sarah, you're very beautifully spoken. I love to listen to you. You enunciate. No, it's so nice that you don't mumble. It's nice to hear clarity.
Well, I too have a theater background.
Yes, so. It's theater. I tell Jimmy that all the time. I love theater trained people because you enunciate and you project beautifully, and you're a pleasure to listen to. Some people I have difficulty with because they mumble.
Words are hard sometimes.
No, but you have to enunciate because not everybody out there hears well or is American. They're foreigners. And if you enunciate, they get it better. And I tell that to Jimmy all the time.
Yes, he does.
And Handsome Talk speaks well also.
Of course they do. Birds of a feather flock together. You got to love it. Wait,
Handsome, what's your background?
Theater.
No.
Mutt. Just a little bit of everything from on the other side of the pond there.
So you're
Scottish and Irish. You got to have some Scottish and Irish in you.
Scotch. I know I've got Scotch, Irish, French, English, and then from there it just sort of goes to all sorts of different places.
Well, in dogs, mutts are the best looking, and I think that's in people too. The more you mix, like people say to me, or I say to people, can you imagine 200 years from now how magnificent a human being will be? Why? Caucasian, Asian, African American, and Hispanic, all in one human being. Mm. Can you imagine what that person's going to look like?
A very tan person.
Very tan.
And very gorgeous, because I can't envision this. What unbelievable looking human being.
So let's go real quick to social media. So Mike, I didn't see you on Instagram, so I didn't put an Instagram on our little flyer that we put out for you. Are you on Instagram?
I'm Michael Mayhall on Instagram, but I'm really like I am not on the social media that much. I'm really bad about it. Every once in a while I'm like, oh yeah, I have an account. How does this work again? And then I forget about it because I'm easily distracted. But
okay, so Sarah was on is Sarah Fisher actress on Instagram, everybody.
No, Mike, you should really go on Facebook because they won't let you print anything you write anyway. They take everything off, so you won't have to worry.
You can pretend you were there.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's funny. Sarah, are you on anything besides Instagram, or is that your primary platform?
That's my primary platform right now. Mike is helping me as we see that he has his own. Oh, it's no C.
Get rid of the C. Get rid of the C. Do it one more time, Roxy. It's SARAHFISHER actress, right?
Yes.
Okay, she had to think about it.
I
know, get rid of the C in between Sarah and Fisher. Roxy, try and do it again, and we'll get it up there.
And I'm going to ask, what's your most important theater you've ever done?
To me or her?
Both.
No, I mean, what was it? What
play were you guys
musical
doing?
play, whatever?
Did you guys sing?
I do not sing. Sarah, I think.
Sarah sings.
I did, because I actually grew up on musical theater. So they did, I don't know if you have ever seen Nonsense. It's only a 4-person.
No.
So Nonsense is a story about.
Oh yeah. Yes,
I know what that is.
Yes.
Because it was a high school musical theater play. We basically ended up creating this whole ensemble and added to the show so that we could all be a part of it. And then after that, I just became orchestra because I didn't really want to be on the stage anymore. So we just did background singing for everything.
Oh, that's fun.
I love your voice. I could listen to you all day.
What about you, Mike?
Really? Do you do voiceovers, Sarah?
I've only done like 2 things, but not anything, national or anything. But
you have such a lovely speaking voice. It's a pleasure. Some people irritate the shit out of me when they speak. Well, because they it's just.
So, Mike, what plays were you in?
I would say one of the more memorable ones I did. I worked in the main Shakespeare Festival many moons ago, playing Tybalt, which was just a lot of fun from Romeo and Juliet.
Central Park Shakespeare?
No, this was up in Bangor, Maine, the Penobscot Theater Maine Shakespeare Festival.
Do they still have that Shakespeare thing in Central Park?
Oh, I don't know.
Or is that? I mean, I'm going back.
They live in Louisiana.
No. But they're cosmopolites. They've been to New York. They're travelers.
Oh, yeah, I still have it.
Years ago, I remember going to that. It was wonderful. The theater in the park, and it was Shakespeare.
You gotta love it. So then what's the next? So the big thing that we want everybody to watch then is December 23rd, right?
Yep.
Tell us what it is again, so everybody knows. And how do they? And do you know how it's getting distributed? How they'll be able to see it? Yeah.
So it's called Christmas for Sale. It will be streaming on BET Plus. But if you have a Paramount Plus account, you can get into BET that way.
It's congratulations.
Now, what is that? What is BET? What is that?
Black Entertainment Television.
Okay.
BET Plus and Paramount Plus. And so Mike directed it.
So it's not going to be on Netflix or anything?
Probably not yet.
Not yet. It's going to go to that first, and then we'll see where it branches to after that.
So, Mike, you directed it. Did you write it?
I didn't write it, and I feel terrible. I cannot remember the writer's name. Kamara Davis. Very talented writer. He wrote it, and I did some changes along the way, just for location and script and some things like that. But no, I didn't pen this one.
Now, is this a feel-good movie?
Yeah, it's got all the feels.
All the feels.
Yeah. Christmas for Sale, so it's a Christmas
movie.
movie.
Sometimes for sale could be sad, you know.
You guys, so Christmas for Sale, you guys, you can see. Mike, are you acting in it too, or are you just directing it?
Just behind the camera.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Just directing it. You're directing it, not just.
No,
directing it.
I really want.
Sarah's one of the characters in it.
Mm-hmm. She is.
Perfect. So you guys, Christmas for Sale, available December 23rd. Paramount Plus, BET Plus. We want to thank you guys for coming on. Sarah, we wish you to have the best time really tomorrow in the parade on the stilts. How high are your stilts?
Minimum, I guess you could add 3 feet.
Okay.
Now, what's your character in the stilts?
So I will be a green candy cane.
A green can. We'll look for a green candy cane.
And there'll be a red and green candy cane. And if you were to spot me,
You're the green one.
You're the green one.
I'm the green one, but I'm near Santa. So
okay, you're near Santa.
Okay.
Do you guys do a rehearsal? Like, did you get to do a rehearsal? No, so you just because you can't shut down the street. That's
but I have to say something, and I rarely say this.
4.5 miles to walk.
Oh my gosh!
I really like you. I really like you too, right? And I never say that about many people, but I really like the both of you, and I think you're a sweet couple. And I think you should get married and have a wonderful life. And he should win another Emmy, or a Emmy, and you also, Sarah.
An Academy Award, too.
And everything wonderful should go your way because you seem to be very nice people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good goes to good.
And we want to
that.
thank Barry Rogers for setting this whole thing up, you guys. Barry Rogers, great publicist, good friend of mine. And so we want to thank him and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.
Yes. I'm going to watch your movie.
Yes, we're going to watch it.
We will definitely watch your movie.
All right. Bye-bye, you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it.
What nice people.
They're very sweet, lovely couple.
Yay.
There's
all right.
so many nice people in the world.
So now we're going to take a quick music break, everybody, and I'm going to replay it since it officially just came out. Never Gonna Say Goodbye by Tony Moore, who was our guest last week. And we had a great time with him. Everybody seemed to like him a lot. He's a super talented artist. So here's his music video, Never Gonna Say Goodbye. Enjoy, everybody.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Gift yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G, a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. Pair it with the Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. Check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, like biking, swimming, golfing, and more. Invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up with Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products sold separately.
With MailChimp, you get more than a URL. You get an all-in-one marketing platform to help drive sales. With things like data-driven recommendations and powerful automation tools. Get started today at MailChimp.com/smartmarketing. MailChimp, built for growing businesses.
I released my grip and let you ride alone. Saw you sail off down the road. And all these many years I've watched you as you've grown. You made my heart so proud it glowed. But comes a time when we must all let go. Not gonna say goodbye, not even gonna try, 'cause you will always be in every memory. Not gonna say farewell, I think that you can tell that love is always there. You know it's everywhere. I'm never gonna say, I'm never gonna say, I'm never gonna say goodbye. Every now and then I close these tired eyes. I can see you run to me with a face that asks, did I do good? I tell no lies. Well, yes, you did wonderfully. There comes a time when we must all let go. Not gonna say goodbye, not even gonna try, 'cause you will always be in every gonna say farewell. I think that you can tell the love is always there. You know it's everywhere. Not gonna say goodbye, not even gonna try, 'cause you will always be in every memory. Not gonna say farewell. I think that you can tell that love is always there. You know it's everywhere. I'm never gonna say, I'm never gonna say, I'm never gonna say, I'm never gonna say, I'm never gonna say goodbye.
Yay, that's Tony Moore. You guys never gonna say goodbye, and it
Love that
just
song.
came out on Friday, and everybody in the chat room loved it, so it's terrific.
It's got a sound of its own. It doesn't sound like everybody else.
It really does. It's
And
fabulous.
it's a beautiful lyric.
And a beautiful ballad.
Well sung. I'm happy with that song. And it is in my car. Jimmy, you put it in, right?
Yep,
Okay.
I love it. So all
That's
is
like the Academy Award. If your music gets in my car, it's like, because I like it.
yeah, because not that many people get to go
No,
into the
because
car.
I mean, not everybody's good.
I'm gonna play. We're gonna play another really quick short video, you guys. It's not a music video; it's a trailer.
But what happened with
And
Nick, with my sweetheart?
who's your sweetheart, Lily McLeod?
Yeah.
For some reason, I sent the video to her twice, and it doesn't take it. I don't know why.
What? That stinks.
Well, I'll see if I can work
You know,
it out.
we have
but-
to have Lily on the show again.
Yeah, we'll have her on. So in the meantime, you guys, one of our very dear friends, Lorene Landon, who's been a movie star forever, she did a movie back in the day called Hundra, and when I was on YouTube looking for music videos for us to play on the show, I saw the trailer and I thought, I bet a lot of people haven't seen this unless they're Lorene Landon fans. And she's a total badass chick in this. And so it's short. I thought it'd be fun to play for everybody because we're going to be working on a project with her in 2 weeks that we're going to be announcing.
But in
next week.
person, she's the sweetest. She's a lamb in person. She's the kindest, sweetest, soft-spoken, gentle dove. And in this clip you're going to see, she's a wild, crazy broad.
It's a fun one. She's like a superhero almost.
Mhm.
Like she's like the female Conan the Barbarian. So here it is, everybody. It's really short. The name of the movie is Hundra, starring Lorene Landon. Enjoy.
Man, he's not Thomas. I will not bow to your bull or your men.
This is Astro, my little baby boy who I love to death. And he was outside and he was so sad. Right, Astro? Oh, too many kisses.
Oh, also Cindy Ladylake. I don't know if we said hi to Cindy, but she's in the chat room. She's been in the chat room. Dawn has joined us. A whole bunch of other people joined us. So let's say hi to everybody and say happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Everything should be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to having everything go. Yep, there's Astro Baby, everybody. Oh, look, and you can see him behind you.
Astro. He's the sweetest dog in
We
the
shut
world.
the door. We forgot to take.
And he's a rescue. And obviously he wasn't treated well before. And now he's so grateful because he goes all over with me. He sleeps with me. And the cutest thing is he sleeps in my neck. He curls up right in under my chin and neck. And he knows what love is, because love is the answer to everything, folks. If you show love, just everything comes your way. Right, Astro? I love this little boy.
He's fabulous. You gotta enjoy
I love
him.
all our dogs. We have 3 dogs. Right.
We have Astro and we have
Brandy
Brandy
Girl.
Girl.
And we have Shazam.
Yes, everybody says she's. Oh, and Lady Lake says she's not chatting because she's just listening because she's cooking.
That's when I get off the air, that's what I have to do. I'm preparing everything with my daughter Leslie for tomorrow's feast. Yes.
So talk for a second. I gotta send a text message.
Why are you texting while we're on the show?
I gotta text the guest because they're not here.
Oh, that's a good reason. Yes. Thanksgiving, they said it was going to be the most expensive Thanksgiving ever, and it's true. Food prices have really gone through the roof. Everything is double or triple in some cases. And I feel sorry for people who are not, who haven't got money. So a lot of poor people are having a chicken instead of a turkey. And I don't know. I think that's so sad.
B says she's hungry. Can we fit Cindy? I don't know what that means. Can we fit Cindy? Okay.
What? I think President Roosevelt said it during the Depression that he was going to make everybody have 2 chickens in a pot. I wish our president would say everybody could have a turkey.
We have, which I don't know how you pronounce Mona's name, Mouna, but she said
Monet.
Mouna.
What is it? Monet?
Mouna.
Monet.
Mona, where are you from? She loves Astro. I think she's, and everybody. And Cindy says like all of us are with her in her kitchen.
What are you making? I mean, I know you're making a turkey, but like, what kind of stuffing do you do? Rice or bread?
Oh, it says, I didn't realize you had a dog with the same name as my granddaughter, is what Don wrote. Must be Brandy. Must be Brandy, because all the other ones are boy names. Astro, right. Shazam, and Brandy.
Brandy girl. There's a big story about it, but we don't have time for it. Anyway, I had a vision when we were driving in Florida that there was a dog that was waiting for me, and the dog had something to do with the letter B, a big B. And I kept saying to Jimmy, I don't know what it is, but we have to find a dog where the letter B is. So we went to a adoption kennel, and there she was, and above it was B cage, a big B. And I said, this is the one. And we got her, and we named her Brandy because of the B. Unfortunately, we didn't know it. She was very ill. She had, what did she have?
Heartworm.
Heartworm. And we thought we were going to lose her. So we took her to the vet, and of course, through medication and time, she got better, and she's fine. So we saved her life, and that makes you feel good. Rescue a pet, folks. There are so many pets out there that just want to be loved. And a dog, you give a dog one kiss, and the dog gives you 50 kisses back. You're never lonely when you have a dog. I remember being in between dogs because our dog had passed away. And I came home from work, and the house was quiet and dead. My dog wasn't there to greet me, and it was the saddest time. So we immediately went out and got another dog. They're children. They're wonderful things, dogs. Look at him. He's kissing me all over the place. And he's such a handsome boy, too. He's part poodle and terrier. And Jimmy had him cut down, which I'm not happy about. So once his fur grows, his hair, he has hair. He doesn't have fur. Once his hair grows back, he's really a big, big fur ball. Right, Astro, baby? Look at those kisses. I hope our guest is coming on. If not, we're going to have to improvise for the rest of the show. And I'm tired today, folks. I've been working my ass off. I did the patio. I painted the concrete again because it needed freshening up. And planted and dug and did and whatever, because I want the house to be beautiful for tomorrow. So
it's going to be beautiful.
It is beautiful already.
But it's going to be more beautiful.
Yeah, but I heard the Santa Anas are blowing. We might have like 40-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, those damn Santa Anas, when they blow in California, they really blow.
So anyway, you guys, so we have a little delay with our guest because he's also he's a police cop, like a reality show TV cop, but he's actually a real cop, and he's actually got stuck in an investigation with a fucking, I guess, a perp.
A perp?
No, a perp. They call it a perp in the world. Perp. So he's trying to get here, but in case he doesn't get here, we're gonna shoot the shit with you guys right now and see how it all goes. Which means I only have one more music video, so we'll have to talk about something.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Why doesn't everyone in the chat room give a menu of something they're cooking, print it out, and we'll read it out? So in other words,
just write it.
If you do a good stuffing, write your stuffing down, and then we'll tell it to everybody. If you have a way of doing something unusual with cranberries or whatever you do.
Did you say something about rescue dogs before?
Yeah.
Okay, Dawn Hinton said she did rescue. She did rescue something. She married her husband.
Well, you know,
that was a good rescue.
Well, I did the same thing. I rescued Jimmy from a life of perversion, and you know, I made a decent human being out of him. Right, Jim?
That's right.
He's a monogamous person now, I hope. One never knows if one is monogamous. Does one?
Sending something to Roxy.
Oh, she can play it?
But she's going to see if she can get it.
Lily McLeod, by the way, is probably one of the greatest singers in the world. She's in Europe for the last year and a half.
No, like 3 years.
3 years. She's become like the toast of the town in Europe. And her voice is just heavenly, and I adore her. She's one of my dearest friends. And I wanted to come on our show, so I think after years we'll have her on.
They want to know if you knew Audrey Hepburn.
No, but Mr. Blackwell, my dear friend, buddy Richard Blackwell, did. And I asked Dick, I said, what was Audrey Hepburn like? And he said she was the same in person as she was on screen. The most gracious, charming, delightful woman. He adored her. And he also knew Grace Kelly, who my other favorite actress. And I asked him, what was Grace Kelly like? And he said the opposite of what you saw on the screen. And, you know, she had a past. Like he said, she'd have sex with the gas station attendant if she liked him. So Grace Kelly was a hottie. Not the cool lady that she always played. They called her the Ice Princess, but she was far from that.
They also want to know, did you ever go to Cinecittà, Cinecittà?
Cinecittà in Italy?
Yeah, it's the Italian movie place.
Absolutely, I was there.
They want to know what you remember about that.
What do I remember about Cinecittà? I remember meeting in one of the offices. What the hell was her name? Oh, the fabulous Italian actress. Oh, I can't think of her name. Claudia Cardinale. This was way back in maybe 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And Claudia Cardinale was the big star in Italy. And she was just a bit snobby, I thought, and a bit, you know, not very nice. So I didn't bother talking to her much. And then she came over and she said to me in Italian, well, you're not very friendly. And I said back to her, I said, well, you're not very warm. So we went at it a couple of minutes, and then she hugged me.
Claudia says her mom loved that lady, Claudia Cardinale.
Claudia Cardinale. Well, she hugged me, and she started to laugh. And then she said to me, in Italian, she said, you Americans are so forward in everything you say. I said, yeah, we're not like the Italians, full of shit. And she started to laugh. Because I'm Italian, I'm allowed to say that.
What about Ingrid Bergman?
Never met Ingrid Bergman, but I've met her daughter a couple of times, Isabella Rossellini. Charming, elegant, wonderful.
Oh, great actress.
Oh, yeah. Well, I met her in New York. First time I met her in New York was at an auction, a furniture auction downtown Manhattan. And she's just the most charming lady with a beautiful smile and just a lovely person. Yeah, I like her a lot. I've met everybody, but not the really, like, I've never met Cary Grant, who I would have loved to have met.
We've seen his house.
Yeah. I've never met Tyrone Power because he had passed away. You know, so there are, but I'm fortunate to have known the people that I do know. I mean, I knew Lauren Bacall, Sophia Loren, Tab Hunter, Rock Hudson, Jane Russell. You know, I've got a good list of friends and people I knew. But I miss them all because they're all gone. And now I don't have any more of my people around. Richard Blackwell, Mr. Blackwell, who did the 10 worst dress list, everybody thought was an evil, bitchy queen, but he wasn't. He was a kind, sweet man. That was just what he did for the public, you know, to write those things about women's clothing and make jokes about it.
So actually, Roxy says she has the video, so we're going to see what we can do. So you guys, Roxy got the video. It's Lily McLeod's What About the Beautiful Children?
Oh, this is some song.
I originally saw Lily McLeod on X Factor, and she made it to like almost to the end of X Factor. And then when we were visiting Florida, she was playing at a nightclub, and we went and met her and hung out with her and became friends with her. And she's really a phenomenal entertainer.
Lily and I just hit it off. And like she said to me, I think you were my father in a past life. I said, well, which one of us was black? And she started to laugh.
She's beautiful. She's talented. She's wonderful.
She's gorgeous.
This is a ballad, you guys. It fits, though. What about the beautiful children? Because it's Thanksgiving, and I think everybody will love it.
But listen to the high notes, the clarity of her high note. It's like a flute. I mean, there's no quiver in her voice. It's just a pure, beautiful voice coming from a beautiful woman who's very religious. She's a born-again Christian, and she lives by her Christian ways. And she's kind and honest and good. I love her very much.
So enjoy this, everybody. Lily McLeod, what about the beautiful children?
I miss Lily.
Children can give us life and love. What about the children? Let them walk, let them run, let us help them to have fun. We can help change the world, change of the faces of people who lost so much. Children laugh, but they often cry. They're our future. You should know why. When they give me children, a part of us dies. What about the children? The beautiful children. Children should talk, they should sing. Even when we're old, we can be young. We should bless children with everything. What about the children? The beautiful children.
That's one of my favorite songs.
I love it to death, you guys. She's so cool.
And you have to hear her sing Alabaster Box.
Yeah, you guys. She sang. So her audition for X Factor was Alabaster Box, a CeCe Winans song. It's a religious song, and it was so amazing. It's got like 50 million views on it.
You can watch her on YouTube. Go to Lily McLeod. There's quite a few things about her songs and shows that she's done. How beautiful her costumes are! Beautiful.
You can see all her performances on X Factor on YouTube, and then she did an album called Red Apples that she released in 2015. It has What About the Beautiful Children. It also has Alabaster Box and a whole bunch of great songs that she did. Running Back to You, I Look to You, and we had such a good time hanging out with her. She's been on the show several times, but we have not had her on the show, I don't know, probably in like 2 years or something.
Yeah. We bonded, and she broke down and told me her life story. And after she finished, she said, Ron, I have no idea why I've told you all of this. I never really discuss it with anyone. And it was very intimate stuff about coming from a crime zone in Pennsylvania, having I believe her mother was a prostitute. Her uncle was a murderer who was murdered and a drug dealer. And she came from the really horrible background and found the Lord Jesus, and because of that, she had the strength to get out of it and become who she is today. And I think that her story has got to go out because of all the people, of all the wonderful Black people who feel that they have been given the short end of the lollipop or the fuzzy end of the lollipop. No, you can come from crap and be great. Our country allows that and does it for you. And I would love to do a show based around that with Lily. I'd produce it where Lily sings songs and talks about how she got out of the ghetto and became the queen of Europe now that they adore, love her. It's a wonderful story. It's wonderful. I love her.
She's fantastic, you guys. So get her album, watch her music videos. She's one of the greatest performers ever. When we saw her perform live, we before we even met her and knew who she was so amazing.
I have such a respect for people who get out of bad. Sue Wong, our dearest friend in the world who I love, she ate rat in China. She lived in communist China when she was a kid, and they were poor, didn't have anything to eat. So her grandmother would kill a rat and feed it to Sue so she had protein. Of course, they prepared it and cooked it. And from that, she became Sue Wong, fashion designer, worth over $250 million, living in a magnificent mansion in LA, and the sweetest person in the world. So you see, you can do it, folks. Just don't, because you're poor, don't think that's what you have to be forever. America offers you
opportunity.
Take advantage of it.
And you got to work for it, actually.
Well, you have to work. Well, these gals worked very hard.
They worked very hard.
I mean, I didn't come from the lap of luxury either. I mean, most of the kids that I grew up with went to jail or they died from overdose from drugs. And, you know, I was the one that they all thought was a little weird and off the wall because I was theater. Even at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, I was an actor. And I did it. I got out of a bad area. And I became whoever I am, whatever I am, you know,
it's all
do
fun. So we want to also give a quick shout out to Roxy, who got the video for us. She's a superstar. Roxy, we love you. Thank you so much. You're great. So they're asking other questions in here. But they went by so fast I couldn't see what they were.
What?
I said the questions went by so fast I didn't get to see what they were. But everything is.
Tell them to repeat them.
So any questions, you guys? They always like to hear your Hollywood stories. You have one you haven't told?
Oh, I have a story I haven't told. Well, one of my favorite stories is a Jane Russell story. Jane and I were going to a formal. She flew in from LA. I was living in Florida at the time, and she flew into Boca where I was living, and she forgot her shoes that went with her gown. And I said, well, what are you going to do? You can't go barefoot. So she whips out these bedroom slippers. I said, no, Jane, please, you cannot wear that beautiful evening gown with bedroom slippers. She said, oh, nobody's going to see my feet. What the hell are they? I said, Jane, no, we have to go shoe shopping. Now, Jane Russell's left foot, she had a toe that one toe went over the other toe. So it made her buying shoes difficult because it would hurt. We went all over the place looking for wide shoes. We couldn't find shoes that were comfortable. So I said to her, let's go down Sunrise Highway. That's a black neighborhood. And most black women have big feet because I know the drag queens always go to the black neighborhoods to buy their shoes because they have size 11 and 12. So we go into this, I forget, like a shoe outlet, whatever.
Payless, I thought.
Payless. And we found a nice pair of shoes that fit her, and they were wide. And we were at the checkout, and I said to the girl behind the counter, I said, do you know who this woman is? She said, no. I said, well, this is the famous movie star Jane Russell. And the girl looked at it. She said, how do you do, Jane Russell? I'm Diana Ross. But it really wasn't Diana Ross. She thought I was putting her on. And I said, no, this is real Jane Russell. So we had a good laugh at that. Jane was fun. She was easygoing. You know, being a legend, which she was. In the 1940s, she was the most famous actress, sex pot in the world, the most photographed. And you think it would have gone to her head and she would have been conceited like most of the other ones are and vain. Not at all. She was down to earth. I mean, she'd come to my house with sneakers, sweatpants, shirt, no makeup, her hair pulled back in a ponytail, and we'd go out. And we'd go to lunch or we'd go to dinner. She didn't care to show off or look glamorous. She wasn't a snob. I love her and I miss her very much. We were very close. Very close.
Actually, so B asked which movie I would have liked to have been in, and I would have liked to have been a main character in The Lost Boys. I would have liked to have been one of the vampires in The Lost Boys because it's like my favorite like horror movie, or Near Dark. I'd like to be one of the vampires in Near Dark. And but my favorite movie of all time though is Pretty Woman. That's like my favorite movie. But Lost Boys is my favorite horror movie. And then they want to know, what about Faye Dunaway, which I don't know that people will like your answer to that.
No.
Don wants to know. Tell Don about Faye Dunaway.
No. I can't even get it out of my mouth. Faye Dunaway is insane. She is exactly what no one should be in Hollywood. People that have worked with her. Betty Davis, I really shouldn't tell these tales, but I asked Betty that. I said, Betty, do you really dislike Faye Dunaway? She went, she kept gagging. She said, the most unprofessional woman I have ever worked with, she said. No talent, nothing, just totally unprofessional. So I said, well, what else can you say? She said, well, she was a bitch. I said, well, that kind of makes it rounded out. And Betty said, there's only 2 bitches I've met in my life. No, 3 bitches, she said. Miriam Hopkins, Joan Crawford, and Faye Dunaway. Another friend of mine worked with her on Mommy Dearest, and he played the son in the movie. And he said, good morning, Faye. And she turned around on the set and she said, do not call me Faye. You will call me Miss Dunaway. And he looked at it. He wanted to say, go fuck yourself. But I guess it would have been thrown off the movie. So I've heard a lot of tales about her. She's just not.
Who are give 3 people that you never have met that you think would be fun to that you wish you would have met.
Cary Grant.
Yeah, I take that's a good one.
Marlene Dietrich and Audrey Hepburn or Grace Kelly. Take the Marlene Dietrich away. Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, and Cary Grant.
Okay, that one works.
Those are the 3 people that I've never met, never even came close to meeting. You know what it was? They were much older than I, and I wasn't really that in the business at that time. I was a kid. I was a teenager. So what would they have had in common with me? Now, all the other stars that were that age, I grew up in. So I met them always, like Betty Davis. I knew Betty when she was like 80 or 75 or whatever. Same thing with Jane Russell. I met Jane Russell at 80 years old. She was. So I caught up with them.
I think I'd like to meet Richard Gere, Julia Roberts. I still think I don't know. I've heard people say Charlize Theron's not that nice though, but I'd like to meet Charlize Theron if she's nice, and if she's not nice, then I'll pick somebody else.
It depends on how the person was treated that talks about the star. I'm trying to think of a person that I've worked with or that I knew that wasn't nice, and I really have been lucky. I haven't worked with
Yeah,
that.
though everybody's nice to you though too. Like it's kind of like with me. Like almost everybody's always just nice to me anyway.
Right. I'm liked on the set. I don't have any actors that I have humor. I make jokes and I'm very warm and friendly and I compliment my fellow actors. I don't make it all about me. I make it about them. If I'm working, like I'm working with Sadie Katz now in this movie, we're allowed to mention
No,
her
we're
name?
gonna do it next week. No,
We can't mention anything. Anyway, I'm working with Sadie Katz. I've worked with Sadie before. I love Sadie's work. Like I make a joke about it. I say, I'm so engrossed in what she's doing that I forget I'm acting and I don't deliver my lines. I sit there as a fan. And I tell this to Sadie. And when she works with me, she's confident because a lot of people are intimidated by my age and the fact that I'm in the business 64 years. And they kind of look at me as like, a legend or some sort of I don't know what. And like they'll say to me, oh, you're really nice. You're not like most actors your age. I said, there are no actors my age. They're all dead. They're all dead. When you're nice on the workplace, you should be nice no matter where you are. If you work in a restaurant, you're a waiter. Be nice to your fellow waiters.
I think because like my favorite people have always been, because I'm such a horror guy and I like the horror stuff, and I know a lot of our audience like the horror stuff. But I've actually met all the major horror people, and I'm, I've done stuff with them, or I've worked with them. Like Kane Hodder I'm a big fan of Kane Hodder, and Malcolm McDowell and Lance Henriksen's my absolute favorite on the planet. Clive Barker, so I think they're not like legends because we don't really have legends now anyway, but they're like very well-known working actors in the business. And those are like kind of like my favorite, my Danielle Harris, Serena Vincent, my favorite ones.
Well, I was in a movie with Vincent Price. I was an extra, I wasn't an extra. I was a character. I played a vampire among other vampires. And I got to sit on Hollywood Boulevard on a curb with Vincent Price. And he was the most charming fella, very funny, very witty, terrific guy. And years later, when I got to be good friends with Jane Russell, she told me that Vincent Price was her best friend and that he was everything I said he was.
What about, they want to know, did you ever meet Sam Elliott? I love Sam Elliott. Roadhouse is a great movie, and I love it.
No.
I love Sam Elliott.
I've seen people around, but you don't talk to them. I think I've seen Sam Elliott somewhere. He was very good looking, I remember. I don't remember where it was or when it was. I don't want to sound bourgeois, but there's so many out there, you meet them, after a while, they don't mean anything. I mean, after knowing Sophia Loren, I mean, who can top that? You become a little numb.
Except for when he met Kathy Sledge, you guys would have never fucking believed it.
Yes. That's a true story.
He's jumping up and down, screaming at me. I'm literally like 50 yards away. He's screaming at me to run over and meet Kathy Sledge from Sister Sledge, but it was really a cute thing. And she ended up becoming a friend, and her sister Kim is a friend. And
I love her. I love this Kim and Kathy. I love the two of them. Two of the sweetest women you'll ever meet in your life. Only because the song "We Are Family" meant so much to me. When the riots were going on in the bad times with gay people, and we were being treated like dogs and arrested and beaten, we all sang "We Are Family" and we united, and that's how come they, Stonewall, and we fought for our right to be free in the world. So those two girls were my inspiration.
So what we're going to do is we're going to play one more song for everybody, and then we'll come back and we'll have like 3 or 4 minutes to say goodbye to everybody for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
This is a song, you guys, and I'm playing it because it's Thanksgiving, and this girl might actually be related to Ron, and her name's April Rose Gabrielli.
No, she is related. I told you.
And
our great-grandfathers were brothers.
So the name of the song is "Do You." It's her first hit. I think it went up to number 24 on Billboard, which is really good for somebody's first single. It's called "Do You." On the indie charts, it's number 1 right now on indie charts. And we love the song. We love April a lot. She's a lot of fun. We saw her perform. She was fantastic. So please enjoy,
she's
everybody.
Such a pretty girl too.
Enjoy "Do You" by April Rose Gabrielli.
Do you know the way I feel? I hope so. I
expect you to, 'cause all I say is just do you, babe. Do you know that I am asking while I'm telling? I am crying when I'm yelling, and I don't know how else to ask. If you will ever let yourself free, I don't believe you will, but do you think the same of me? Oh, I'm so done with over dramatics. Just wanna be boring, but then I won't act the way that I want to all of the time. Oh baby, be mine. Oh baby, be mine. You gotta know there's a look in your eye. Oh, do you see mine? Do you see mine? Do you see mine? Do you know the way I love you? Don't know. I don't expect you to, 'cause all I say is just do you, babe. Do you know that I am thriving when I feel you, and I am living just to love you, and I don't know how else to ask. If you will ever say you love me, I don't believe you will. At least you're living honestly. Oh, I'm so done with fighting about it. Just wanna be simple, but then I can't act the way that I want to all of the time. Oh baby, be mine. Oh baby, be mine. You gotta know there's a look in your eye. Oh, do you see mine? Do you see mine? Do you see mine? Do you know I wait up? Do you know you're worth it? Do you know I'll hold on? Do you know you're worth it? Do you know how I feel? Do you know? Baby, be mine. You gotta know this. Do you see mine? Baby, be mine. You gotta know this. Do you see mine?
I love that. I totally I get like goosebumps with that song. I
She
really
can
love it.
sing. She's really good.
And so the guy in the video, you guys, is Kulik, and Kulik, they just got done doing like a tour for 2 weeks all over the Northeast. And Kulik is one of the greatest performers. He performed at the Soho Johnny 911 benefit in New York City, and he had everybody on their feet. He is a phenomenal performer also.
And a terrific person.
A terrific person. So check out April Rose Gabrielli's music and Kulik's music, you guys. It's Kulick, because he's very cool. They just are. They're like really cool.
Mhm.
And we've got 4 minutes left. So let's see. To follow Ron on Instagram. He's on there a little bit. It's Ron Russell Show. I'm Jimmy Star Official on Instagram. My Twitter's Dr. Jimmy Star. Ron's on Facebook. Like the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell on Facebook, because we have like 35,000 fans, I think, on there.
Who, me?
The show.
Oh. How do I get people to follow me? Sue Wong said I should get people to follow me. What the hell does that mean? I have 5,000 people on my Facebook page.
Well, so once somebody's Facebook page is full, then they can't friend you anymore, but they can hit a button that says follow. You probably do have a ton of followers that you don't even know about.
How would I find them?
Oh, I'll have to look on it and tell you and see.
I don't know any of this stuff. Anybody out there got a good recipe for stuffing? No, really, because I'm doing a stuff. Here's what I do: celery, chopped onions, raisins, Pepperidge Farm stuffing mixed with stovetop, chicken, turkey stock broth, whatever the hell that crap is. It's really good. Anybody got a better one? My mother used to do it with rice. She would get the what they call it, the gizzards.
Yuck.
Of the turkey and chop it up and fry it, and then throw the gizzards in with the rice and
I don't like
parsley and carrots. No, my mother made a delicious stuffing.
I love stuffing though.
I like a rice stuffing better than a bread stuffing. What do you say out there? Rice or bread stuffing?
Nobody's answering at the
They
moment.
don't care. They don't cook.
They're talking about other things. I think a lot of Cindy cooks. Cindy says her mom added egg.
Probably.
Teresa Sabin says she's getting fat just listening to all the food.
Yeah, well, I'm fat.
We've been
already.
talking about food already.
Well, we all gouge ourselves tomorrow, and then, whatever's left over, you eat the rest of the week in minimal amounts, and you lose the weight.
So from the bottom of our heart, though, we really want to thank all our chatters who are in the chat room every week.
Yes.
All our regulars. You guys are so supportive, and
Yes.
we totally appreciate all that you do for us.
Yes.
Especially our super regulars, Cindy Lady Lake and Teresa Sabin and B. Claudia and Don Hinton and Backpack John and
that crazy bastard.
Artist Kim, and usually Angela Joseph is there.
And what's his name? The pervert.
Oh, yeah, the pervert.
We love him.
Actually, we love all you guys. We really appreciate it. And now our new friend, Mona Garsala, who I didn't understand where she's from, but I think it's in France someplace.
It's a French name, Jimmy.
Yeah, they're all very Dave. Yeah, Dave from Stars Now UK. And
is Dave in?
He's been in there. Yeah, he I think he left though. We didn't have, once the girls are gone, he's gone. He's history. He made a comment about you making a movie with Sadie. He wrote like exclamation points. So
he's crazy about Sadie.
Stovetop. Yes, she's from France. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week. And we want to thank Roxy, our phenomenal engineer, and everybody check out her show on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time on W4CY. And in the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy.
And remember one thing: life is what you make it. It doesn't make you. And have a happy Thanksgiving.
Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye
you.
Now. See you next week.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
With MailChimp, you get more than a URL. You get an all-in-one marketing platform to help drive sales. With things like data-driven recommendations and powerful automation tools. Get started today at MailChimp.com/smartmarketing. MailChimp, built for growing businesses.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Gift yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G, a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. Pair it with the Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. Check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, like biking, swimming, golfing, and more. Invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up with Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products sold separately.